Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Friday the 13th of November.
I love Friday the 13th.
Yeah, this is Heidi's quote-unquote lucky day.
Lucky day.
So it is kind of your lucky day, and I'll tell you why here in a second. But first, today, being November the 13th, National Indian Pudding Day. I'm not sure what that is. I have to try that. And World Kindness Day, which should be every day, by the way. Just be nice to each other.
Absolutely.
I think this year more than ever, we need to be nice to each other. A lot of people cooped up, just getting kind of angry and owly. Just be nice to each other. Mm-hmm. Please. Pretty please with sugar on top. And it is Friday the 13th. So my guest today is Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
How cool is that?
So this was a movie franchise that has a bunch of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the gentleman I'm talking to was not the original Jason, but he was the most often chosen Jason. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kane Hodder is our guest, and he was Jason more than anyone else. He was in several films. We'll chat with him about that and some of the other stuff that he's done, and maybe I'll even ask him about his appearance on Arsenio Hall. Our son was telling us about that. Sounded interesting. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study finds that performing a header, that's like when you smack a ball in soccer, when you hit the ball with your head, that increases the likelihood of getting a concussion.
Oh.
You had to do a study for that? I mean, you're smacking your head on something. Of course that's going to increase your...
It's a ball.
Yeah, but those are pretty hard. I understand it's softer than a bowling ball, but it's still pretty darn hard. A new study found that pasta eaters have a better diet quality. According to the study, they claim pasta eaters consume less saturated fat and sugar on average, so they tend to be in better shape than people who don't eat as much pasta. I love pasta.
I love
We
pasta.
should eat more pasta.
We should eat more pasta.
This study says eat more pasta. Other things say don't eat pasta. Who do you believe? Don't listen to me.
I think I'm going to believe this study.
I've got a link to it if you want to read it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. Very bizarre story. A woman in Wisconsin dialed 911 on herself. She told the dispatcher, somebody's really drunk driving. The dispatcher asked if she was behind the wheel, or she said, no. She said,
gosh.
Are you behind the drunk driver? She goes, no, I am the drunk driver.
Oh, my gosh.
They said, okay, so you're calling to report that you're driving drunk? And she said, yes. And the dispatcher said, can you do me a favor and pull off to the side of the road? And she did, apparently. So she complied.
Wow.
So I'm not really sure what was going on there, because she was drunk enough to know that what
she shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, but she was drunk enough, I don't know. It's like sober enough to know she shouldn't. I don't know, really.
Maybe she's got multiple personalities.
Could be. I don't know what's going on.
And the bad one got in the car, and the other one, while they were driving, was like, wait a minute.
You can't do this.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? I'm going to call and tell someone. I have no idea.
That's
All I know
fantastic.
is that is what happens, apparently, when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. On this Friday the 13th, I bet you're going to see the movie Friday the 13th on TV.
Oh,
It's
I'm
probably
sure
on a
it's
bunch of
going to be
stuff.
everywhere.
I'm excited. We're going to be visiting, by the way, in just a bit with Kane Hodder. He played Jason on Friday the 13th. We'll be
Awesome.
chatting with him here before you know it. But right now, let's look at this. New photos of Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. They were dressed on Halloween as Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. By the way, Cleopatra and Mark Antony were one of the most famous love affairs in history. So, now you know. And actress Emma Stone was recently interviewed, and she hinted in the interview that she's interested in starting a family. So,
Okay.
there you go. That's all I have. You'd think I'd have more, but I don't. I had a bunch of stuff, but we try not to talk about politics
Right. I mean,
and
that kinda
sports
cuts
and
everything
and
out.
COVID. I've been trying to keep to a minimum, so it's like I got nothing to talk about. So it's like, hey Heidi, how you doing? All right, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of TimeForRehab.com. Retirees have something else to look forward besides playing golf or whatever. Much better sleep, particularly if they have a decent retirement benefits package and retire early. It says researchers in Finland found in a study of more than 14,000 people, workers and retired workers in the study who had excellent retirement benefits, including generous pensions, were found to have less stress and get better sleep.
Right.
So what
can see that.
What the saying is, if you're financially sound,
Yeah.
you're not awake all night wondering how you're going to pay for things. You had to do a study for that? 'Tis the season to clean the gutters. They say whether it's cleaning your gutters or hanging holiday decorations, you might be climbing a ladder anytime soon if you're getting that job done. But be careful. Did you know almost 200,000 emergency room visits and 300 deaths are linked to ladder accidents every year? Most people who fell didn't have anybody holding the ladder below them, by the way. The typical accident victim is a 55-year-old man who falls somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 feet.
Yeah.
So we had a neighbor who lost a brother who fell off the ladder when he was cleaning out his gutters.
Yeah.
I know a lady whose husband fell off a ladder when he was painting his house, and he died. Both of those people died.
Yeah.
So I know two
My
people.
uncle fell off a ladder and shattered his heel. It took him, oh my gosh, almost 6 months in a cast to cure that one.
Be careful. This is why I don't clean our gutters. Be
That's why
careful.
we got gutter guards.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we just got those like a week
Thanks
ago.
to
Brendan, thank you, man.
Brendan,
Good
yeah.
job. But hey, I should probably keep reading over here. Russian couple had narrowly escaped when their naked neighbor dropped in. The neighbor had been relaxing in her bathtub when the floor gave way, dropping her and her bathtub through the ceiling into the apartment below.
Oh my gosh.
So when I say the neighbor dropped in, she literally dropped in. She and her bathtub and gallons of water landed in the middle of the neighbor's living room.
Oh, how embarrassing.
That would be very embarrassing. You're like, can I borrow something to put on before I
How
go back upstairs?
embarrassing.
That just
Oh my
can only
gosh.
imagine how awful that would be. And one last story we're going to get to here. A Dutch medical magazine asked their readers to send in their stories of strange medical cases. One respondent told the tale of a woman who came into the hospital claiming of stomach aches. Well, they did an x-ray, and they found 78 forks and spoons inside her stomach.
What?
When they went in for surgery, she told doctors, I don't know why, but I just feel an urge to eat silverware, and I could not help myself. Can you imagine how difficult that would
I
be?
can't even imagine trying to swallow a fork or a spoon.
Yeah, that would be
There's no way.
78 of them.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
78 forks and spoons in her gullet.
There are
Ugh.
weird addictions like
yeah.
that, though, of weird things that people will eat. Like people will eat toilet paper. And
I've heard of all kinds of weird
Yeah.
stuff. Well, thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Friday the 13th. Our guest today is Jason Voorhees. Actually, our guest is Kane Hodder, but he played Jason Voorhees in several different movies, didn't you, Kane?
Yeah, I did. I played the character in 7, 8, 9, and 10. Anyone else that has played the character before or since has only done one movie, so it kind of always gives me the claim more so, I guess, that I played the character more.
I think that's awesome. Now, you didn't have to memorize a lot of lines for that particular role, did you?
No, I did not. In fact, the only time I would ever speak is just to see if I can make them laugh, just for my own entertainment. Because it gets very tedious wearing that kind of makeup and that kind of situation.
So when you took on the role of Jason Voorhees, even though you're behind a mask, did you realize what a big deal this was going to be for your career?
I knew that it was a big deal that I was selected to play Jason, but I didn't realize how big a deal it was. The fact that people would start recognizing me on the street because of playing a character in makeup and a mask, that part of it I didn't expect. I knew people would connect my name with having played the character, but horror fans are very knowledgeable, and if they like a performance of something, they'll try and find out more about that person, including how they look.
Oh, I know that's true. My son is a big fan, and he had all kinds of things that he wanted me to ask you about, but one of the things was to talk about your experience on the Arsenio Hall show.
When I was first asked to do it, Arsenio called my management and said, I'd like Kane to be on the show. And I was like, wow, that'd be great. And then they said, he said he wants you to be in character. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't even speak when I'm in character. That was the whole point, of course, was his idea that it would be funny to ask me questions and for me to stay in character and not answer. And, of course, that's exactly what he did. He made it really funny. And he didn't tell me what he was going to ask me. So I was laughing the whole time, but because of the hockey match, you can't tell. So it looks like I'm in character. And he also said from the beginning, before I got into the costume, he said, I know it's going to sound stupid, but I'm terrified of you as the character, so please don't mess with me. You tell me something like that, I am going to do exactly that. I'm going to mess with you, which I did. At the end of it, he goes to shake my hand, and I grab him and pull him towards me, and you can tell his reaction is genuine, that he's scared. He stands up and gets rid of me as soon as he can, but that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Now, in addition to Jason Voorhees, you've been also a bunch of other characters in a bunch of scary movies, but as I look through the list, there's a movie that doesn't quite fit. The Impractical Jokers movie. How in the world did that end up on this list?
Well, oddly enough, one of the Impractical Jokers, Brian Quinn, has become a good friend of mine now. Q is a big, big horror fan. He actually contacted Adam Green to see if he could be in one of the Hatchet movies, so that he could say he's been killed by Kane Hodder. So because of him being in the Hatchet movie, we became friends, and when they said that they were doing Impractical Jokers, the movie, I was asked if I would be stunt coordinator, and I was, of course, I'd love to, and I play Paula Abdul's bodyguard in the movie also. So that was a lot of fun. They're great guys, and I love work and become friends with people that have become massive stars like they have and still maintain the same attitude they've always had.
Yeah.
They're not full of themselves at all, and it's such a pleasure to hang out with people like that, because I appreciate that. I mean, my life changed quite a bit, but they have just gone through the moon with their popularity, and the fact that they're the same as they were when nobody knew them.
Yeah.
Is just a testament to the kind of character they are.
They're great people. We had a chance to meet them before success, and we've talked to each of them after success as well, and they're just great people.
Yeah.
And Kane, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us on Friday the 13th. I know this has got to be kind of a special day for you, and I got a feeling we'll probably see your movies on TV today, won't we?
I believe you will, and I appreciate you having me on. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today, Kane Hodder, and he played Jason Voorhees in 4 different Friday the 13th movies. And since today is Friday the 13th, what an awesome guest to have. I'm going to throw a link to information on Kane so you can follow him on social media. I'll put that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And for those of you that have not seen Friday the 13th, I'll even put a link to those movies too if you want to find them, for a special thing to watch on this Friday the 13th.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
Was that John?
The Windy City, Chicago, that has nothing to do with weather. The nickname was coined by a 19th century journalist who was referring to the fact that the residents were windbags or full of hot air.
I knew this.
And I believe it had something to do with politics. Like it was after a political event, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, it has nothing to do with it being really windy in the Windy
But
City.
it is windy.
So, is it windy in the Windy City? Mm-hmm. We were there. I don't remember being overly windy.
Oh, yeah, it was windy.
I'll have to pay attention next time we go. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Turkey. Is this the first time we've done a story from Turkey?
I don't think so. I think we've done
Have
Turkey
we?
before.
I don't remember doing a Turkey story. But Turkey has issued fines against global social media companies for failing to appoint a representative to ensure they conform to Turkish law. So I don't understand how any of this stuff works. But they say Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Periscope and YouTube and TikTok are each going to be fined $1 million.
Wow.
It's actually $1.2 million. I didn't read the .2. $1.2 million. Which, by the way, to them is not that much money. But I wonder where that money's going to go then. Will it go to the people who are on those platforms in Turkey?
I don't know.
Can we just issue a fine? The John and Heidi Show is also going to fine each of them $1.2 million.
I would love that.
I don't think it works that way. This is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. This is weird even in 2020. A group of people, including a man from Idaho Falls, were recently busted in Yellowstone National Park where they were cooking a chicken in one of the park's geothermal hot springs. What?
Really?
The culinary event happened in August. Nate Eaton at East Idaho News Park says that park authorities were given reports of a group carrying cooking gear toward a hot spring. Rangers arrived. They found a group had 2 chickens. They were cooking in the hot waters of the spring. Idaho Falls man was given a citation for walking in the thermal area, which he did plead guilty to. He was also given a $600 fine and probation, and he's banned from Yellowstone for the next 2 years.
Well, there
My
you go.
question is this. Did the chicken turn out?
Jeez.
How hot is the spring?
It can't be. There's no way.
It
can't be that hot.
to boil a chicken,
No.
is it?
You wouldn't think so.
I don't, and if he was walking in it, yeah, it's going to take a long time to cook that chicken, dude. Thanks for listening to today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. 2 Syracuse school employees were placed on leave after photos showed them wearing shirts for a Halloween costume. On it said, "No Lives Matter." But that's not all. On there was also a picture of two horror movie villains. Friday the 13th's Jason Voorhees, who we spoke to earlier in the program, by the way, and Halloween's Michael Myers.
Okay, that's a funny shirt.
It was like a joke. So
Yeah.
it was, anyway, the costume was circulated on social media, and that's when the Syracuse School District said, yeah, that's not good for teachers to be wearing that at the school. So they were put on administrative leave, and then they're
jeepers.
investigating. So it was a costume that was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't
think it's
found.
funny.
Well, but not everybody thought it was funny.
Well,
apparently.
you're never going to make any joke that everybody's going to
Exactly.
think is funny.
Exactly. So that's why they're saying these teachers should have known better, that not everybody would have found the humor in it. So either way, it is today's Moment of Duh, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida. A 45-year-old Florida woman attacked her 80-year-old father with a knife after he refused to let her finish his potato salad. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida.
It is a true story. We read this. I remember reading this. It was like 6 months ago.
I don't remember. I mean, it just sounds like something that would happen.
She attacked her dad. He's 80. She's 45. Attacked him with a
80
knife.
years old.
Because
let
she
him
wouldn't-
have the potato salad.
Yeah, he wouldn't let her have the potato salad. Yeah, let him have his own potato salad, lady. That is,
Jeepers.
yeah, it's quite bizarre. This is today's fake news or Florida on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And this isn't one of those like solving all the world's problems kind of stories. It's just one of those things that I think is really kind of cool that somebody would do this.
Okay.
And I guarantee you Heidi's going to have a story that she can share that's similar to this. But here's the headline. Couple gets married at the Dunkin' drive-thru where they met. A couple in Oklahoma tied the knot at a drive-thru. They first met there in 2015. It says Sugar Good met the love of her life, John Thompson. I'm going to pause for a second. I love her name, Sugar Good. How cool is that? Mm-hmm. She was working, it says, met the love of her life, John Thompson, while working at the window of a Dunkin's restaurant in Oklahoma City. Good memorized the time he would visit every morning.
Oh, that's cute.
And she knew the details of the order: a large hot coffee with cream, sugar, and a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. She said, I could never forget his smile. I always noticed it. He had these dimples, and when he smiles, his eyes sparkle. She said, I always noticed her eyes. No matter where she was in the store, I could always see her looking back at me. He said, I still just didn't get the hint that she liked me. But I did everything I could do to find out her name. Anyway, Sugar and John recently got married at that drive-through window where they met.
How cute is that?
And there's a lot more to the story, which is really, really cool. If you want to read it, it was a month ago. 13th of October is when they got
adorable.
married. Now, your cousin got married at a bowling alley.
Bowling alley.
Which I remember, like, this is before you and I got married, so I was not there for this, but I remember when we were talking to them about their anniversary, I think is what it was. And they were saying they got married at a bowling alley. I was like, wait a minute, what? At a bowling alley?
They were in youth league together. And
It's where they got to know each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool when people do that. You know, if you were to get married to the significant other, if you would have gotten let me say that the right way. If you married your spouse wherever you met, where would you have gotten married? Would it be a cool place to get married? For us, probably not. We got married on a beach instead. It was way cooler.
It was way better.
All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.